Have you ever said something in the heat of a moment and immediately regretted it? Or maybe you've been in conversation where you just couldn't read the other person's mood and everything else spiraled. You said the wrong thing and everything just went crazy. Here's the truth no one teaches us in school. It's not just what you know, it's how you manage your emotions. It's learning to say what and where and when. And that's emotional intelligence. This is your power. This is very crucial. And in this episode, I'll teach you exactly how to use it. Hi, beautiful soul. Welcome back to the Hanan Sammak podcast, your weekly soul upgrade through healing, awareness, and transformation. This is a space where we talk about personal growth, the practical side of healing, rewiring your subconscious mind, and becoming the most powerful version of you. I'm your host, Hanan Sammak, a certified life coach and theta healer, and I spent 10 years immersing myself in self development, studying the human behavior, and coaching thousands of people across the region, alhamdulillah. And I'm here to support you break free, once and for all, from self doubt, build unshakable confidence, and create a life filled with meaning and joy. Let me tell you in the beginning about a session I had with a client. Let's call her Fatima. She was brilliant, very hardworking, and ambitious. But she only had one recurring problem. She'd lose her temper in meetings. She didn't mean to, but she'd get triggered, say something sharp, and then she would regret it. And when we unpacked what was really going on, she realized something very powerful. She wasn't managing the emotion, she was reacting from it. And that, my friend, is what emotional intelligence is all about. It's the space between stimulus and response. It's learning to pause, to read the room, to understand yourself before trying to manage others. Let me give you a quick definition of what are actually the five pillars of emotional intelligence, and I'm sure you read the work of Dr. Daniel Goleman. So, number one is self awareness. What does that mean? It's recognizing what you're feeling right now and why you're feeling it. Number two, self regulation, managing those emotions in a healthy, non reactive way. Number three, motivation, using emotions to stay focused on goals despite setbacks. Number four is empathy, reading the emotions of others and responding with compassion. And number five are social skills, communicating effectively and managing conflict constructively. So, the more you grow in these areas, the more confident, the more calm, the more connected you become in your career and in your life. And you know, I love science. So, let's understand why emotional intelligence matters more than IQ. Did you know that 85% of career success comes from not technical skills, but from emotional intelligence? A study by the Carnegie Institute found that emotional intelligence impacts leadership, team collaboration, and decision making more than raw intelligence. And according to Harvard Business Review, companies now rank emotional intelligence as one of the top skills for hiring and promotions. Why? Because people don't quit jobs, they quit managers. And great leaders know how to lead with emotional clarity. So, I'm going to share with you three quick tools on how to use emotional intelligence. Tool number one, name it to tame it. What does that mean? So, the brain science here is fascinating. When you name an emotion, I am feeling overwhelmed, I am frustrated, I am tired, you activate your prefrontal cortex, the rational part of your brain, and this calms the amygdala, your emotional alarm system. So, next time your heart starts racing or you feel that tension in your chest, I want you to pause, breathe, and name that feeling. I notice I'm feeling anxious. Why? Because this moment of awareness puts you back in charge. So get curious about your emotions, understand yourself. Understanding yourself will help you understand other people as well. Tool number two, I want you to look for the empathy pause. I teach this in leadership coaching all the time. So basically, before reacting to someone else's tone, criticism, or mistake, pause and ask, what might this person be feeling right now? That one question can shift everything because they're not being rude. Maybe they are, but maybe they're also exhausted. Maybe they're scared. Maybe they don't know how to express what they need. Empathy doesn't mean excusing behavior, it means understanding it. And that changes the entire dynamic. I'm not saying you should smile if someone was rude to you. I don't. Definitely defend yourself, and there is a way to do it without losing control by staying grounded in control, you can simply look at that rude person in the eye and ask them, "Are you okay? I won't continue this conversation with that tone of yours." As an example. Of course, it depends if it is a stranger or a colleague or a family member. Either way, it's important for you to stay grounded because those people just want a reaction from you. So don't give them that. Don't allow people to walk all over you, but use empathy as a way to understand people who are not intentional in hurting you. And lose judgments because if you have judgments on a nationality, race, or someone's character, it will be very hard to create connections or even have decent conversations or go on with your day to day life in ease because you are a social creature at the end of the day and you will have encounters with people. And tool number three, I want you to look at the conflict reframe. So, one of the most powerful emotional intelligence tools is reframing conflict. So, instead of "you're wrong," try "help me understand your perspective." Instead of "you always mess things up," try "I noticed this happened. Can we talk about how to make it better next time?" This approach builds trust, it creates solutions, not resentments. And I remember I once coached a manager who couldn't figure out why his team was underperforming. He was clear, he was structured, he was results driven, but people were disengaged. So we ran an emotional intelligence audit and discovered he rarely gave praise. He didn't ask how his team felt. And he reacted harshly under pressure. And deep down, I asked him, "What is the judgment you have on your team?" He said, "I feel they're all idiots." So when I have a judgment on someone, guess what? They feel it. So once we implemented empathy based feedback, emotional check ins, and weekly "what's going on well" moments, everything shifted. I told him to treat them as humans, like someone you actually care about. Productivity increased. People started speaking up and trusting him to listen, which was huge transformation for him, by the way, for the employees to come into his office and say "Salam alaikum" and just talk to him. That was huge. And at the end, of course, you know me by now, I love the affirmations part. So I want you to repeat these affirmations after me. I pause before I react. I am in control of my emotions. I communicate with clarity. I communicate with clarity. I communicate with empathy, with intention. My emotional intelligence is power. So, your growth challenge for this week, I want you to choose one emotional intelligence habit to build. So, either it can be naming your emotions before reacting, asking a teammate how they're really doing, pausing and reframing during a moment of tension. And remember, the most emotionally intelligent people, they're not perfect. They're not perfect. They're just aware. They are present. Thank you so much for being with me. And I really can't wait to see you in the next episode. If you're happy with this content, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.
Now available on Spotify.